Hey guys, what's up? It's Looney TNT. Welcome to the 6.1 Restoration Druid Healing Guide. So today I'm going to go over some basic stuff, kind of tell you guys what you want to be doing and how you want to be healing. Before we start the guide, remember, different fights have different rotations and different things for healing. Healing, to have a specific healing rotation is a little bit harder. It can be done after you get used to all your spells and you know which spells need to be used. But just for an example, if you're doing a fight in a raid that consistently does 5% damage every 5 seconds, well, the healing rotation is going to be a little bit different than a fight that does every 30 seconds. It does 50% AoE health damage to everybody. More bursty or consistent damage, your heals are going to be different. That said, let's go ahead and get into the spells. So here are our core abilities for our class. Let's go ahead and talk about them in order. Life Bloom. Life Bloom should be put on the tanks or a target who is taking consistent damage. Life Bloom, what it does is it is a health over time spell that will consistently tick, and then at the end of its duration, it will kind of bloom into a big heal. So this is usually used for the tanks or if someone's trying to act like a tank. Rejuvenate. Rejuvenate is an amazing spell, and it's one of the cooler spells that I feel they have. It's pretty basic, but it makes me feel like I'm playing an Affliction Warlock, but healing instead of killing, right? So what you want to do is when you guys are raiding and you guys are progressing and you find out those types of fights that spike damage is going to be coming up really quick, right? You know it's going to be happening in 5 seconds. You get your DBM counter going. It's like, okay, this is when it's going to happen. Rejuvenate is used to pre-hop players before spike damage. You also use it for your Swift Mend ability, and you pretty much just put it on any player that is taking damage. That's pretty much what you want to use with that spell. Healing Touch. Healing Touch is a slow, cheaper spell as it reads in the description of it, right? The only time you want to be using Healing Touch on a player is if they're taking a high amount of damage. Then you want to be using Healing Touch. Pretty easy. If they're taking a lot of damage and your hots aren't going to be able to heal through it, well, use Healing Touch. Regrowth. I really like Regrowth. It's a cool spell. It is pretty expensive. And kind of like Healing Touch is used when there's a lot of damage coming in on your party. Regrowth is used if your party member is about to die. If he's going down and he's about to die, Regrowth is the spell to use. Now, when you have your proc that gives you a free Regrowth, use it on the lowest health party member, whether it be a tank or a caster or a melee, whatever it is. If it's a free cast, use it on them. Don't forget to use it, but don't use it unless someone is about to die. Wild Growth. Now here's the thing about Wild Growth. It used to be back in MoP. It used to be one of those spells that you always used on cooldown. You don't really want to do that anymore, just because the mana cost is so high. If you don't have any mana problems though, feel free to use it whenever you want. But this spell is mainly used for big spike damage to a lot of players, and you want to use this spell. Just be aware that the spell does cost, what is it, like 12,000 mana? Yeah, 12,000 mana to be able to use this. Like I said, it's an amazing spell, but be sparingly when you guys use it, because if you use it too much, you might go OOM, and your group's going to die anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about Swift Mend. Swift Mend is a fantastic spell for the Restoration Druid. What Swift Mend does is it pretty much, I think I hit a little bit of lag there. Pretty interesting, right? So what Swift Mend does is, I'm not going to edit that out. I'm trying to give you guys some info. Here we go, let's go. Swift Mend is, like I said, a pretty cool spell. You need either Regrowth or your Rejuvenate on the target. And it's an instant healing ability that you can cast on the target that does 350% of your spell power. An amazing spell. Don't be afraid to use this one. Super, super great. Just remember, you need a rejuvenate or a regrowth, and if you have regrowth glyphed, you're going to have a rejuvenate on the target. Alright, so let's go head into some of these spells before I give you guys a base rotation on what you want to be doing. Some of these spells like Bark Skin and things like that, you know, Genesis is really amazing. Genesis is, let's say you have Rejuvenate on everybody and you pop Genesis, well, your Rejuvenate, like, speeds up like crazy, you know? So make sure you guys are using that. Another spell that wasn't in your core abilities, which should be, and I'm not sure why Blizzard doesn't have it in, is your Mushroom. Your Mushroom is super legit. What you do is you place it on the ground, and when you place it on the ground, there it is right here, Wild Mushroom. When you place it on the ground, it heals your party members for 30 seconds, and obviously only one mushroom can be placed on the ground at a time, but when you place it on the ground, if you guys glyph it, you can place it anywhere. If you don't have it glyphed, whatever target you're pretty much casting it on will have it. So I suggest, I like glyphing it because I like to be able to move it around and stuff, and that's just me. So let's go ahead and let's talk about this rotation a little bit. There are other spells that I didn't mention in here, so always be sure to read your spell book, look what you like, and let's go ahead and get into it. So let's say this guy is our mage, is our tank today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off, let's say he's a tank, he's about to run in. What I'm going to start off with is I'm going to Life Bloom him. So I'm going to Life Bloom him. He's going to have his tick. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to rejuvenate him. And then whenever he needs it, I'm going to Healing Touch, because I shouldn't have to regrowth him, but if I need to, okay. But I'll Healing Touch, and if he needs it, I'll Swift Bend, and I'll maintain my rejuvenation, and I will let my Life Bloom fall off. Yes, I will let my Life Bloom fall off. It is a waste of time to reset your Life Bloom. So let's say on me right here, let's say I Life Bloom myself, and my Life Bloom, it comes off in 6 seconds. Well, if I keep trying to maintain, now it's 12 seconds. You're not getting the beneficial big heal at the end if you don't let it fall off. So what I do is I like to time it, so right when it falls off, it's about to fall off. It falls off, I get the bigger heal, and I come back up. So that's just, that's kind of what I like to do on that. Keep Rejuvenate up, understand your spells. Everything that I talked about in the spell lineup should help you out greatly, depending on your situation. Know the spell, know when you need to pop your spells, and you guys will be fine. So hopefully this guide helps you guys out. Don't forget, give this video a like, comment, let me know what improvements I can do on the video. I do understand that I don't have it a full screen. I just have it on my character screen, but my setup is a little bit different. My 1 through equal sign, and just because I have a Razor Naga, so my setup's not going to be beneficial for you guys if you guys don't have a Naga anyway. So make sure you guys subscribe. Like I said, if you guys like the video, give it a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.